Hello everybody and welcome back to Automation, the car company tycoon game. Today we're making the lightest car I possibly can. It might, however, not be as light as some cars you might have seen before, because we're not going to be using any mods whatsoever. This body is completely in-game, normal. You can download mod bodies which are incredibly light or stuff like that. That's not fun. We're just going to be building it without mods, without that stuff. Let's get in, I guess. It's going to be really light, and it's going to be really interesting when importing this into beamng. So obviously we're going to go carbon fiber, monocoque carbon fiber. Also, the body we're using is a 1946, I guess hatchback this is. The car model year is 2020, of course, to make it preferably, as light as possible. The later the better, right in that case. So we're going to go for front transverse engine, and then as for the suspension, we're going to go for a McPherson strut in the front and a push rod probably in the rear. I think those are pretty light, and obviously we're going to quality spam everything with a +15 as well. We're actually going to be switching out the body slightly in a second, and you'll understand why. Anyways, we're obviously going to be going for an inline 3 here, and all I want to do with that is just make it magnesium, of course. We are going to go push rod because that's the lightest ALSI, and we're just going to make it as small as we possibly can. And now we are actually still going to make this car be able to run. That's a cool thing. I've done some testing, and I think we should be able to do that, because there's some factors in making an engine that don't actually impact the weight at all, which is pretty cool. So once again, quality spamming everything to make sure it's as light as possible. Insane internals for what we're gonna do for this, but oh well. Probably want like the highest possible compression, maybe actually 15 to 1. I'm gonna try and squeeze as much power out of this as we can. So probably 100 here and 100 here. Yeah, this thing's gonna rev to 12,000 RPM probably, maximum quality there. And now increasing springs and lifters, for example, doesn't change the weight at all. So that's obviously cool. So we're gonna go for a carburetor, single barrel eco, and a single carb. And now the size of the carb doesn't actually matter for the weight, so we're gonna make that 100. Race intake manifold is the lightest, and the size of that also should not matter for weight. We're going to be running this on nitromethane to hopefully be able to actually run this inside of beamng, because it'd be cool if we could actually drive it too. So in this case, tubular long headers are the lightest. However, the size of the headers does matter for the weight, so that is going to have to be 0 right there. Same for the exhaust, no cat, no mufflers, no nothing. Going to increase the quality there by quite a lot. And I guess I'll have to do some tweaking here. As you can see, our headers are getting strangled. Anyways, that's for later. Let's ignore that. There we go. So actually, I shouldn't skip over this. Body quality, obviously +15. And what we're going to do here is we're going to select the Ute. This one right over here, the 1946 pickup. And now I've done a lot of testing, and that was mainly just with checking which body was the lightest, because all in all, really it's just the body that it depends on. And what I found is that Utes are by far the lightest. They're so much lighter than any other car. And then this one was, I guess, one of the smallest, and apparently the lightest according to my testing. I really hope I didn't make any mistakes in that. That would be too bad, of course. Anyways, you could probably guess what we're doing here. Front wheel drive manual 2-speed. Want to gear it. Top speed of 187. As you can see, it is probably going to run, which is something really cool. So definitely happy with that. The LSD doesn't actually add any weight, so we can just go electric LSD there. Might as well go best of the best. And of course +15 quality as well. Now the wheels, this is they sadly do add weight. Tire type and this here does not matter at all. But something that does matter is the size. So we want to make these almost as small as possible, and not actually as small as possible. Because and I'll tell you guys why in a sec. So we're gonna make these just like that. That's the smallest they can be, and of carbon fiber rims, of course. And we can actually make these 400s, but then the rims are actually 12. The rim diameter is 12 instead of 13, and with 13-inch rims, that's lighter than having slightly smaller tires but smaller rims. Yeah, so that's why we're doing that basically. Plus 15 on there, of course. Now the lightest brakes are carbon ceramic. They were actually close, like really close to drum brakes. First I thought drum brakes might even be the lightest, but they weren't. Pad type of 0. However, we're still going to decrease the force all the way down, because of course we got quality up to 15. Our brakes are going to be insane, especially for the fact that this thing isn't going to be more than 200 kilos, which is 440 pounds. Definitely not more than that. So yeah, no under tray, no cooling flaps, no nothing. Let's take a look at this stuff. Yeah, of course it's quality plus 15 basically. Cooling airflow, might as well put that to 0, not like we're gonna have any reliability anyways, right? So seats, we're just gonna make it a reduced size 2 seats, just like that. We want a basic interior and nothing here. There we go, none. Then increase the quality by 15 there as well. And as for the steering, we're gonna go manual, rack, and pinion. We are gonna add ABS actually, because adding ABS doesn't add any extra weight, and it's definitely worth it. That is for the drivability inside of beamng itself. Plus 15 quality on that, and minus 15 quality on the safety, because taking away safety in this case actually reduces the weight. Gonna make it lighter here. That doesn't do anything in beamng, but I don't care. We're obviously gonna do that. Why wouldn't we? Now we want standard springs, semi-active, and active here. These may or may not change the weight. Oh, they actually do. Okay. Let's take a look at that then. Off-road, semi-active, and passive. Up, so we'll probably just go like that right there. And do these change the weight then? These do not. Okay, that's cool. So we'll keep those at semi-active then, might as well. Plus 15 quality, of course. And now right here, we're looking at this goofy thing. Yeah. So we could take a look at it right now. It's costing you 350 grand. And it is incredibly light. It is 170 kilograms. Which is that 300 pounds? That's like 350 pounds. That is really light. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Now, I guess that's what's that's not sure what's going on here. It seems to be a bit confused. I'll probably have to fix that. Oh yeah, the engine's dying. Okay, I forgot that. I'm gonna have to fix that. Gonna try and see if I can maybe squeeze some weight out in some other places I might have missed. If you noticed anything, please leave that down in the comments below. And whilst I'm doing that, I'm also gonna go ahead and design this thing. So let's go. is the Conquest brick, and this is one goofy boy. Um, yeah, so you can basically take a look at it here. It's really weird, obviously, because of the wheels. And now, these rims, they don't actually add or remove weight, but because it is the lightest car supposed to be, I decided to have as little rim as possible. You get what I mean? We got this massive exhaust right here because that's obviously something we need. Um, gas thing here for the nitromethane. We're going to be pumping in this bad boy. We got a spoiler because we are about to go fast in this. Got the lights here. I gave it a mustache actually, as you can see. I didn't really know what to do, so I gave it a mustache, and I gave it a mustache in the back too. Massive hood air intake, and if we look at the engine, look at that tiny boy, you'll see that that's kind of unnecessary. However, it looks cool, right? Also, let me ask you something. Please let me know down in the comments. So right now I have the front bumper as black. Would you rather have the front bumper to be white, just like this, and it look like this, or it to be black? I feel like it looks goofy, kind of either way. Feels kind of weird. That's also because of how flat it is. Like, there's no width in between in this part right here, which makes it really weird. Anyway, yeah, triple windscreen wiper because we might as well make this car goofier than it already is. Let's take a look at the lights here. So we got our tail lights, which are basically here, circles around there, and then down there as well. We got the brake lights, which are circles in there. As you can see, they're strengthened by that. And we got them in here as well, in this mustache in the back, I suppose. We got those indicators left and right and reverse lights inside the mustache as well. Here we got the blinkers in the front, as you can see, looking very aggressive. Didn't mean to make it that aggressive, but I guess it looks kind of cool with the mustache. And then we got the regular headlights too, which makes it look really angry. These front lights are cool, don't you think? Anyways, now for the real thing you've probably all been waiting for. This issue here is just wheel spin. Yeah. So I don't know how we did it, but it costs 38,200. It's the game glitching, like literally for sure, because there is no way it costs that little. But okay. Anyways, you can see that we are 141 kilograms. That is, oh, I'm gonna need to get my calculator for that. Sorry, Americans, I don't know, like, pounds. Let's take a look. That is 310 pounds. That is nothing. If I go to the gym consistently for like 7 years, I can bench this. So that's cool. Basically, let's take a look at the few things I've changed. So it does indeed now rev to a 12,000 RPM. As you can see, 43.9 horsepower. You may think it's not a lot. However, you know, because of how light this thing is, it needs nothing to go forward. So it might even pull. We'll have to see, of course. So that's a change I made. Let's see. Oh yeah, I made a change to the wheels. So the wheels are now a width of 50 instead of 85. It's very dangerous because if I click on the plus now, it's going to go all the way up to 85. I'm not sure how I got them this small, but they are somehow. So, like, if I touch this, it's not going to go back to 50. Anyways, we got a top speed of 180 kilometers per hour exactly, so that's pretty cool. Something else I changed was yeah. So here you can take a look at the brakes. So the brake force is down all the way. I said earlier, and the brake it's still way too high. Yeah. So basically that, and also in the suspension here, I was able to put on active sway bars because with the quality up to plus 15, the sway bars don't actually add or reduce weight. I've also reduced these sway bars here to 0, which is actually probably why these don't cost anything. Do dampers and that doesn't change weight, right? I feel like I forgot to check that. Camber? No? Okay, cool, so we're good. What if we lower it down? Does that save weight? That doesn't save weight. So I might as well raise it up again a tiny bit. There we are. Lower. Very nice. Look at this cool thing. We're going to import it into beamng right now. Here we are inside of the beamng drives with the Conquest brick. And I guess I kind of forgot to say why I called it brick. And well, basically that's because, you know, it weighs about as much as a brick. That's that stupid. Okay, anyways, the import is kind of weird. It's a really shaky boy, which causes, you know, things like this on the side to glitch out, this top part, as well as you can see, the rear mustache has been made completely orange, and the front headlights slightly disassembled. For the rest, you know, pretty cool. What you expect. It's kind of goofy, this thing. Anyways, let's drive it onto a weight pad. And now in automation, it was 141 kilograms. However, oh, you can just see the wheel spin already. Now it's going to be a bit heavier because fixtures actually add weight inside of beamng drive. So let's see how much this weighs. 176. Yep, that's 176 kilograms. 387 pounds. So around 36 kilograms heavier because of the fixtures we added. Basically, that's fine. And yeah, you can probably tell this thing sounds the way you'd expect it to, with this kind of an exhaust. It sounds pretty crazy. Anyways, let's just take the thing for a drive, actually. You can see how it handles. It handles really particularly. So, you know, it's really shaky, but it doesn't actually drive that way. It's not actually that shaky. When you drive it, it drives pretty nicely. When you shift down from second to first, the revs are so weird that it almost automatically starts accelerating for you. And as you can see, when you shift over to second, the wheels just start spinning uncontrollably. It's pretty crazy. Anyways, you know, the engine was like 44 horsepower, but for this weight, that is more than enough to get a sub 5 second 0 to 60. So yeah, anyways, also remember that we had ABS because it didn't add any weight. Well, you'll probably also, or maybe not actually, probably not, remember that our brake force was incredibly high, even though we lowered it down as much as we could, without sacrificing weight. And basically what that means is that our brake force is still way too high for this weight, and our ABS just can't cope with it, and it's like we're driving without ABS. The top speed of this thing is like 180, by the way. Anyways, we're driving here. Yeah, and then you brake, and it's just there's basically no ABS. Yeah, wheel spin, pretty nice. Anyways, that's not stopping us from driving this on the automation test track. Here we are on the automation test track, a place you probably won't expect this thing, but because it has this nice exhaust, we're gonna race it here. Kind of a joke. I race all my cars here because why not? Oh, I didn't mean to shift down there, but I'm not used to being in first gear approaching that turn, but oh well. We're also not going to shift up here just yet, because if you'll watch it, look at our wheel spin here. It is impossible to turn if you shift up as well. So yeah. Oh, we are full sending it. Wow. Okay, that's cool. It would be really cool as well, by the way, actually, if we could get a sub 3 minute on this. That would be crazy for this car. Sub 3 minute isn't so good, but it's definitely respectable for this thing. That's gonna be like the fastest sub 3 ever with a car with less than 50 horsepower on this track. Has to be. Anyways, oh god. Yeah, we drive in here and we actually hit top speed, surprisingly enough. I didn't think we could hit it, but we can, and we're actually taking this entire turn at top speed as well. Not even losing control. Wow, that means we might even get a pretty good time. I'm gonna want to slow down a lot for this turn because I suck at it, and if I crash, it's always in this turn. Well, if I make it to the turn, right? And then here we have the chicane, which I always start braking way too early for. Oh, yep, there once again. The brakes are actually better than you would think. It's just that they kind of lock up a little bit. You know, we haven't even passed the 2-minute mark yet, so that's definitely going to be a sub 3 minutes. I'm pretty happy about that. Oh, yeah, oh dear. Yep, that's why shifting up is dangerous. Okay, we can actually stay on the track there. Pretty cool. We'll shift up. There we are. This turn, which I always feel like I take way too slow, and I can take a lot faster. Here once again. And now we're at 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and you know we're actually that was the last turn, and I shifted down again. Probably because I'm not used to driving at 2-speed. No one is. That was a sub 245, definitely a sub 3, and that's definitely something that I'm very, very happy with. So we can look at what we beat here. So we actually beat the Murata Karlik, which is a car actually almost kind of similar to this. It was a 1960s midget car. So really tiny, competitor to the MG midget. Really small, like 600 kilograms. So pretty cool. Also around 50 horsepower. So yeah, that was nice. Glad we were able to beat that with this uncontrollable thing, and we slightly lost to the Tundra Trail Boss GPT, which is a big truck that actually ChatGPT designed. And now you can find back both of those videos, of course, on my channel. You know, and you can actually download this car as well. You can download it through my Discord server. My Discord is linked in the description. And through my Discord, you can not only download this car, but every single car I've ever made on this channel. Cool, right? Anyways, basically, that's it for now. Thank you guys ever so much for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Bye-bye.